Sources: Josh Taylor signs multi-fight deal with Top Rank, setting the stage for undisputed title tilt with Jose Ramirez, writes Mike Coppinger. It later gets confirmed by Top Rank, saying just announced Tartan Tornado has signed a multi-year deal with Top Rank, blah, 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 blah.
It was 30 seconds after Cop's tweet.
I know. This news happened very fast, guys. Then Cyclone Promotions has their response saying, oh my God, hold on. Music for this one, Rob. I have to. It's so good. We are very disappointed to read the news today that Josh Taylor has signed a promotional agreement with another promotional company.
You didn't even try and do a Barry McGuigan voice. I'm so upset.
No, I'm jaded lover voice. Josh Taylor's under an exclusive worldwide promotional contract with us, Cyclone Promotions. We have successfully brought Josh Taylor to the pinnacle of the sport. From the day he turned professional, including working alongside other stakeholders in boxing to deliver him the biggest fights. See that, guys? We built him up. We were the ones behind him. We supported him. I'm ad-libbing there. That's not what they said. Again, jaded lover. Most recently, Josh became IBF World Champion in May 2019, then Unified Champion in October 2019. And we have been working since then to plan the next stage of his career. We are saddened that Josh has felt the need to attempt to break his contract in this manner, and frustrated at those who have caused him to do so. Shame on you, Josh. Shame. Thought we had something special. And then Josh Taylor responds, or I should say his lawyer responds.
Wait, you just added that last bit, right?
Of course, yes.
Yeah, just clarified. Didn't put it out there that former great Barry McGuigan said, we had something special. Weirdo.
That's pretty obvious. It was ad-lib there. Josh Taylor responds, oh, he's not. Yo, fuck you, Cyclone Promotions. That's not what he said. Ad-libbing again. He said,
take your glasses off and inside, you fucking wanker.
He said, I wanted to stay respectfully silent about my relationship with Cyclone, but given that they've released a statement, it's only proper that I respond. Whilst, or whilst, is it whilst or whilst? It's whilst, right? Is it whilst?
Whilst.
Is it whilst?
Yeah.
Just sounds funny. You're right. Whilst I acknowledge and appreciate the role that Cyclone has played in my career to date, 3 weeks ago I terminated my promotional agreement with Cyclone as a result of various breaches of contract, including in particular breaches relating to a conflict of interest on the parts of the promoter that allowed me to search for a new promoter, which I have found in Top Rank, my new home and lover. I wanted to part ways amicably. Rob, don't look at me like that, okay? Don't look at me like that, Rob.
Just read what he wrote.
I want to part ways amicably and without resorting to court proceedings. Josh, as somebody with a baby mom, I feel you, man. I feel you. Josh adds, I thought and hoped that McGuigan's would feel the same way given the litigation they are involved with in other fighters. I hope all of us can now move on in a positive way, concentrating on things which advance us all. God, this was the greatest thing ever. I'm sorry, guys. Rob,
have you got a feeling that Josh Taylor's ring attire is being thrown out the window, all cut up?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, his car is keyed.
The scissors to the shorts.
Oh.
Cut the laces out his boots.
Josh, even though you're kind of a big man, I feel for you, dog. I feel for you. Thoughts, Rob, on this whole situation here? I mean, I think we should say that I am of the impression that he's going to Top Rank. Like, whatever litigation they're going to have fun with it, I guess. But similar to Carl Frampton, he was able to fight very quickly through that litigation, still fight, and isn't he still going through litigation? So
it's, So let me just say this. I've maybe heard that Top Rank are covering everything regarding anything that might be done in court and everything like that.
Wait, Rob, are you telling me sources told you this?
Yes. No, the ESPN have got him covered basically.
ESPN or Top Rank?
Top Rank.
Okay, there's a difference.
And by the time Frampton's finished, it will probably be that Cyclone are finished. So
yeah,
I don't know whether it even goes to court, whether they want to. I don't know. With the interest of their own company. I don't know, but people wondering the situation now regarding Shane McGuigan as his trainer. I don't know, Matt, if you got that.
I
there
did.
to share with.
He was on Insta Snap and said the only loyalty you can buy is in dogs. I think is
No, if you want loyalty, get yourself a dog.
same
and then
thing.
it comes down. Yeah, Shane McGuigan. So that answers anyone's question, which people have said that's a shame because they had a real good
Quickly
trainer fighter.
Mitty adding that he's also now advised and managed by MTK Global.
Yeah, they've picked him up.
Yep.
So, and every MTK fighter pretty much have come out and kind of rubbed Cyclone's nose in it, saying like he's made the right decision after what they do to their fighters.
All of them.
Yes.
Sonny Edwards.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't think Sonny Edwards is going to be like an elite competitor at all. I'm liking him on social media.
He's a good,
he's a good lad.
Yeah.
I could have some pints of beer with him easily.
Yeah.
But digressing back to
when he's not trying to make fucking flyweight or whatever, and you can get some beers down in with him. But yeah, I mean,
thoughts on Josh Taylor now at Top Rank? I mean, the
options out of the blue that there was no sort of early rumblings kind of thing. I mean, I think it was it was fight night with the guys from Fight Disciples. They had Barry McGuigan and Luke Campbell, like a radio show, and they were covering Joshua Ruiz rematch. And they got to talking after the fight and stuff, regards to Josh Taylor. And Barry McGuigan said, Eddie and Matchroom is our preferred choice of, where we go. So it was going to be like a co-promotional, I guess, going forward with Josh. And then nothing else came out sort of much about it. And I think a lot of people expected it to be a link up, Sky really pushed it. Adam Smith's been a long time fan of Josh Taylor. I mean, like everyone has over here, really. But so that was it was almost like taken for granted that he was going to end up sort of co-promotional Matchroom Sky. But yeah, the Top Rank thing came out of the blue. But looking at it, it's the easiest, most direct route to get the undisputed fight with Ramirez and Crawford. If he can get through some couple more shitty opponents, he's going to have Josh Taylor moving up, I guess. I wonder if it's a 3-fight deal because Josh Taylor has his mandatory first, while Ramirez is off. He's got 2 mandatories. And then
I was curious about that as well.
Yeah, so I guess we'll probably get then the unification, the undisputed fight with great fight, really. That's one to definitely look forward to. I think probably later in the year. So and then I guess we see him as a future Crawford opponent.
I would expect that. I would expect that fight to be the Heisman Trophy card, the one that goes after.
Yeah, it could well be. Yeah.
That's what I would do.
For that could be huge. Yeah,
that's what I would do with that card. Put on ESPN when the November, December of 2020. Get Ramirez his mandatories. Get Taylor his mandatories out the way. First quarter, second quarter of 2020. Get them a little good layoff. A little good 4-month layoff before the fight. Build it up, man. That's what I would do. You have to.
Yeah, but it'll probably be one for the plus. The subscribers. I'm sorry.
Don't talk about it.
My only thing with it is we've now lost a fighter to a network that we probably won't be able to watch his fights. Although,
no, we're going to talk about that. We're talking about that later up, man. Box Nation Revival.
Nice little ray of sunshine at the end of what looked like.
Really, I can't wait to get to that topic.
Slow death.
I cannot wait to get to that topic. We're going to get to it at the end of the show. Probably we're going to try to hurry up. Though honestly, but we've been doing a good job with pacing though today, Rob.
Yeah.
Proud of us.
Gary talking Texas bullshit.
Oh, without Gary, so much easier. Thoughts on? I mean, because you mentioned the fact that because you're right, there was a lot of talking, a lot of feelers being sent out. It seemed to go to Matchroom.
It just seemed natural.
It did.
Like it was going to happen.
But if you're thinking long term for Josh Taylor, it would probably be a bad move because Matchroom has really no commodity long term, I will say, at 147. They have Jesse Vargas, who's a quasi 154, 147 pounder. They have Mikey short term. So the thought process is, if you're Josh Taylor, is yeah, like I might sign with Match and whatever and get a couple more fights at 140 here and do whatever. But at 147, it's ran by PBC or Top Rank. It's a 2-horse race at that division, and that's the money division.
Yeah.
And I think a lot.
Although signing for the on regards to welterweight side of things, he kind of had to sign with Top Rank to get the Ramirez fight, but then he's stuck with what if he loses to Crawford? Because who else is there for him? You know, he's in the same, or if he wins, he's kind of in the
Yeah,
same boat
but
as Crawford.
he's probably thinking in that context. When I get to Crawford, that's gonna be like my last fight on the deal, or whenever
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That might be even the second deal we make. So it's because if you're right, if it's a 3-fight deal, there's no way Crawford's included in that 3-fight deal. So theoretically, this might not even be included in this deal. It might be a second iteration of it.
yeah.
But regardless, I think Taylor is looking at it more from a mercenary perspective, similar to
Oh, for sure.
similar to like Mikey Garcia in a way. And he's thinking, look, it's an easy 2 big fights next for me with this stable. I can ride that out, take some tune-ups in between them all, and I'm good for the next, 2, 3, 4 years, and then I can think about fighting whoever else I want to fight. And also, he's 28, 27 years old. He's pretty young as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so he has time on his side. I thought this was a brilliant move by him. Because even though, like you said,
yeah.
he could lose to Crawford, and let's say 5 fights on the line. So what? He loses to Crawford.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, for sure,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
It's just as far as further opponents at
Of
147
course.
on Top Rank, as we know,
Mhm.
they're
No,
slim, slim none.
you have to.
Right? So Crawford's in that situation, but like you say, um, this isn't a sport for loyalty. If uh, unfortunately, Shane McGuigan kind of said it himself. If you want loyalty in sport, boxing isn't for you, really, because if you're a fighter and you've got an ounce of sort of potential to go as far as you can and make a lot of money, go and make that money. Because once you're done with the sport, there's no kind of retirement fund, boxers union that looks after everybody after they stepped out of the ring. You make your money while you can make it. So good on him. And like I say, it's made a big fight as easy as it can be made. It's in house, it's done. So yeah, all for that. But little part of me is like, they did a Cyclone done a great job with him as far as his career. But if there's stuff going on that obviously we don't know, obviously the Frampton stuff about being, payment and things like that, then yeah, that's shit. That is real shit. But as far as mapping his career, like the names on his record already and stuff like that, they
Oh,
brought him from there to there is fantastic job. But if you're withholding money or if there's other things going on, then yeah, that's shit. You don't do that sort of thing. The fighters are the one in there putting their bodies on the line and their lives on the line, and they deserve every penny that they get. Right. So on that side of things, I don't feel sorry for Cyclone. But as far as I can understand them feeling a bit like fuck. Look what we've got him from here to here, like winner of the World Boxing Super Unified on a big
and
on a pay
also
per view on Sky Sports, and
also within what 15 fights too. I mean, he only
yeah, it was
has.
minimal amount of fights. They pushed him real good. Real tested him at the right time. The Postal fight, and um, then the World Boxing Super. Baranchek, that was he had to come through a little bit with Baranchik, but it seemed to be all the right moves at the right time. And speaking of that, he then went on to beat Prograis. I guess now Prograis, does he look at Top Rank and ESPN as that's where I want to be then? Because 140 bouts are going to be there, and then there's um, obviously also Crawford and I don't know. It just suggests to me that that's opened the door for Regis Prograis to go and put his signature alongside Taylor over at Top Rank as well. So yeah, big move today. That's a huge move from ESPN. I think
Uh,
Top Rank.
I agree completely. I agree completely. Moving on. Let's see if anything else to say about this.
No, there was like I said, it just made me really sort of stop and look at it today. Like the amount of fighters and people that Carl Frampton, he was like he was happily tweeting about this. And
I want to touch on that briefly. Do you think that Cyclone is going to like die out as a promotional company? Do you think like the public reputation of it is so down the drain?
Yeah. I mean, maybe some young fighters are gonna be looking for something, but I mean, like I say, they got Taylor to this point, but things obviously are happening in the background that the fighters aren't liking. So, but it's like physically guiding them there, they kind of do it pretty good. But I don't know. I can't see them being around. I don't know. It's a shame because McGuigan's kind of a sort of legend, over here. But I don't know. It's just opened my eyes to maybe, different side to it. Like you think, oh, McGuigan, seems a nice guy. Really passionate about the sport. You see it every time, and but is he?
He's a promoter.
So the outpouring of MTK and fighters and stuff was like, whoa.
Think about this, Rob. There has not been any laws that have been put in place to protect promoters from networks, to protect promoters from fighters. There's been tons of laws, both federal and state laws in the U.S. I don't know about the U.K. in terms of their legal, what laws you have on the books for boxing. But there have been literally laws in place to protect everyone from promoters in this industry. Everyone needs protection from these people. So I'm not surprised that McGuigan is withholding payment if he is. Because, I mean, come on. These are promoters. I mean, look at Don King. He was charging, $30,000 for towels? Like.
Yep. No, I know.
There's a lot of scum. To speak of Star Wars here, there's a lot of scum in this industry, okay? And not rebel scum, not the good type of scum, the bad type. But moving on. Leave a comment down below, guys. Who do you want to see Josh Taylor fight next? And obviously in his first ESPN fight. And how soon do you think do we get that Ramirez fight? Definitely want to get the chat's thoughts. And obviously, if you're listening in playback, comment down below.